Hey, what's up guys? This is Nick from Nick Exposed, and on this episode of 2 Minute Tuesday, I want to give you one quick tip that's going to help you make progress in your projects. Last week we talked about progress and how important just making progress is within the grand scheme of projects and the grand scheme of milestones. Actually, we had a fantastic 2 Minute Tuesday to where a bunch of you guys jumped on and actually shared the progress that you've already made this year, and it was fantastic getting to celebrate with you guys. So thank you to everyone that made it on over there. But then also afterwards, we were having just constant conversation in the chats and just with different people talking about the different projects that they are working on. And there's a lot of zine projects going on right now. There's a lot of print projects and book projects and exhibitions and all that kind of stuff. So there's one tip I think is really going to help you make just massive progress in the whole entire project. And that one tip actually comes from a writing kind of background, right? In kind of researching writers and in talking to writers, I actually work with an author who's written multiple different stories and is working on getting those published. But the whole idea, in the way that he's told me in the past and the way that I've heard it from other people in the past, is this idea that editors won't actually touch a writing until it's in its entirety, right? There's an entire first draft, even though it's flawed, even though it has tons of mistakes and there's probably grammatical errors, there's probably pretense, past tense, all that kind of stuff, errors in there. They won't actually touch a body of work until it's in its entirety because they won't know how to edit it until it's in its entirety. And the same thing goes for our projects that we have going on. I was actually talking to Jacob Murphy last night. We had a video call about his zine that he's working on. If you're not following him, you need to be, because his zine is turning out amazing. It's different than anything that I've seen in the past, and you're not going to want to miss it. So I'll link to him up here and I'll link to him down below. But he came into this very thing to where he was trying to edit his zine as he was making it. And the whole idea is you have to get this entire project down on paper in kind of its entirety, even though things might change. You might take a handful of the images out and put a bunch new ones in, whatever it might look like. You have to get it to a place to be able to actually go through and see why it is that things aren't working the way that they are or are working the way that they are. I've fallen into this place many times in the past as well, to where you're working on trying to polish it as you're building it. It's just going to prolong the process and you can't properly polish it until you have it in its entirety. So go make the project, lay it all out, get it to the point to where you're almost ready to send it to the printer, and then start editing it. Then start honing it down and polishing it up and chopping and cutting, and all of a sudden it'll start to make sense where you need to make your changes. So anyways, I'd love to hear your comments down below on this. Have you fallen into this in the past? Are you falling into it right now? Or have you figured this out in the past, and what did it do for you? So I'd love to hear those in the comments down below. Also on the live stream today, as always, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard over on Instagram Live at Nick Exposed. I will see you guys over there, and I look forward to talking more about the projects that you guys are working on and how we can keep these things rolling forward and get them done by the new year or something. So thank you guys. I will see you over there. Peace.